Hi everyone, welcome to the STR Competencies mini lesson. As you all know, we have to take the Science of Teaching reading test in order to become teachers, and you have to pass it, not just take it. And this may be challenging or overwhelming, but I created this lesson to help you see what may be on the test and help you better to prepare. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to understand and apply grade-level phonics and word identification skills. Basically, you'll be a decoding ninja and know how to use research-backed strategies to teach it. That's a win-win. For this mini lesson, we are covering Competency 6. So what is Competency 6? Well, these are a lot of words, but in teacher terms, it's knowing how kids learn to read words, spell them, and what we can do to support them, especially using practices that are more science of reading and less throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. So let's break it down, because this competency is a big deal. First, we need to understand phonics and word ID skills. Second, we use real research, not TPT, to assess and teach. And third, we stay on grade level while meeting each student where they are. Assessments like phonemic awareness tasks and word recognition tests help us track student progress like the reading detectives we are. Alright, so here we are at our first practice question, but don't worry, we will do this one together before I send you on your own. So let's take a minute to read the question and the answer choices provided, and then we will answer it together, and I will explain why the correct answer is the correct answer on the next slide. And the correct answer is option C. Now, do y'all understand why option C is the correct answer? Well, phoneme and grapheme mapping is the MVP here. It helps students match sounds to letters, like turning words into puzzles they can actually solve. Think sound boxes, vowel teams, and digraph dreams. Now that we did one together, it's your turn to try and get the correct answer on this next practice question. And it's going to be over the same competency, so don't worry about a curveball being thrown at you, okay? Now go ahead, read this, and take a guess. This one's about the ever mysterious ED endings. You know, the ones that make students say walked when they mean walked. Did you choose which answer you think is the best? And how did you do that? Think about it. The correct answer is option B. The teacher in this scenario is breaking down the different ways ED can sound, such as t, d, and ed, which is so helpful, especially for English learners. Because let's be honest, English pronunciation can be a total weirdo sometimes. And before we wrap up this mini lesson, remember this. Solid phonics, word identification, and spelling skills are the foundation of reading success. They're not just buzzwords, they're essential. So assess wisely, teach intentionally, and sprinkle in some encouragement along the way. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. You crushed Competency 6 like a pro. Now go forth and teach phonics like the reading rock star you are.